one player I think we all have been wanting to offload for a very long time, whether we'd like to admit it or not, is Dele. But I sadly think it's 2 years too late. So, Jay, what do you make of the news that we are potentially going to loan him out and potentially sell him off in the summer transfer window?
I would love us to do what clubs did to us when we had the Gareth Bale money. I would love to milk Newcastle for every penny for Dele Alli. Orange has said Stefan de Vrij would be a cheaper option to Skriniar. Yes, but how much money we could milk Newcastle, not a rival team, that's not right, but in the same league. He's not past his prime age-wise, and he's got the English tax on top of him. You've seen Harry Maguire go for 80 million. I'm not suggesting Harry Maguire money, but I'm saying, if we could offload him for a little bit of cash to then put towards areas that we need. This is what I'm saying. If we do get Dusan and Kane does drop into the 10, then, Dele's how far down the pecking order is Dele going to be?
Far.
Yeah, so.
I mean, Orange just pointed this out, and I think I banged on about this, obviously, more than a couple of months ago, and the fact that we missed the golden opportunity to loan out Dele Alli to PSG, because it would have been a new scenario for him. If he played well, we could have stuck him straight in the shop window, but unfortunately, we didn't do that because we're reactive and not proactive. But no, I think sadly Dele Alli's time has come to an end. We were all hoping that he was going to reignite the fire, but like Craig, I think, or John always stays in this chat, is the fact that he's now a boohoo man, which is sad.
The problem is, right, and this is the only thing that I might put my head on the line here. The criticism of Dele Alli outside of football, I do have a problem with, because he's a similar age to me. And, what does everyone expect him to be doing outside of football? That's my problem with that argument with Dele, is, he's got the stuff going with Excel. He's a massive gamer himself. I mean, come on. Like, if his ability on the pitch is awful, him not taking a Boohoo brand deal isn't going to change his ability on the field.
No,
it's not going to take enough time away from him to Dele Alli is just not interested. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think the way I joke about Boohoo is because we all talk about it. I think if we put a bit more effort into his game on the pitch, I wouldn't care less if he signed a new Boohoo deal or if he was playing FIFA on the side. I think people's problem is he's not applying himself at football. And if he's done with football or he needs a new challenge, that's fine. But you'd rather him get off the books. I think that's what people's problem is.
But this is what I'm saying about offloading him. If he wanted to go, and John's saying here, if he wanted to go to PSG on loan or on transfer to play under Pochettino, to go back into the nice bubble that he knew for a couple of years, if he wanted to do that and the club didn't let that happen, we say about these players leaving the club, but the club need to let them leave as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, if you're, you're still, it's difficult. If you're unhappy where you are and you're not allowed to leave,
what can you do?
What do you do? What do you do? It's difficult. I do understand the whole time he's playing rubbish. It's difficult when you see these Boohoo brand deals, when you see him signing with XL Esports, when you see all of this stuff. But to be perfectly honest, the amount of money Tottenham Hotspur waste on God knows other things, Dele Alli's not my number one problem. Just get rid of him, and get rid of him when you can. Like, focus on the players we've got now rather than, Dele. I don't know.
No, that is a true point. And like I say, I agree with what you said, because we've had these chats before where they do what they want off the pitch. Fair enough. But I think lots of people's frustrations is the fact he just doesn't apply himself. He's more, like you say, maybe he's just done with football. Maybe his love of football just isn't there anymore. And it like you said, it could be because he hasn't. I know you want to say something. It might be because he hasn't had the opportunity to leave. Like Orange said, Levy wanted to keep Ali. He did, because obviously he's English. His price would probably stay the same, whether he played badly or whatever. But I'll let you talk because I know you're itching to say something.
I just want to go to what John said about there's no other reason why we're not seeing the old Dele Alli. He's had 3 managers to change. Now, without going down the rabbit hole, which Hollie is probably going to quickly realise where I'm heading, I blame the manager that made him that player and gave him that ego for this. That Tottenham team under Pochettino was the best that I've seen Tottenham play probably in my lifetime, but they won nothing, and they were treated like superstars by us, and they felt like superstars because of their manager. And now they've all had a reality check, and now they're all struggling with it. They're all on these big contracts that they were given after that standout season we had, and you know, trophies don't build egos, managers build egos, to flip his famous saying on his head. But, you know, I think a lot of that squad, and we've seen it when we've been offloading players, I think it was built by that man. And, you know, I hate to bring him up again, but it is. The egos of those players change. Look at Eric Dyer, look at all of them players that we as Spurs fans criticise heavily, and look where they were at their peak and where they are now, and what's changed since then. They've all had a reality check. They've all had to struggle. And what did they do when those results started to go under Pochettino? They started to turn. We have not seen the same players since, not once.
Now, I just want to point this out to everyone. I did not mention his name. He brought him up.
Neither did I. Orange said it, not mine.
I mean, just to stick on the Dele Alli hype, Dele has had no one to challenge position. I also think that his position has gone. He doesn't drop late into the box anymore. He doesn't have anybody to feed in the ball. Like, do you think maybe that as well, Jay, has maybe caused the end for him at Tottenham, do you think?
A combination of things. I just want to point out that I'm no way defending Dele Alli's ability on the pitch or his performances. I'm no way condoning that. But I totally agree with Craig. Dele's lost his edge, and John's got it as well. There's no challenge. So when you're getting paid lots of money and there's no one going to take your position, and you're not a Spurs fan from childhood, what's your motivation?
Very true.
What's your motivation there? Like I'm 25. If someone offered me $100,000 a week to play for, I don't know, Newcastle, right, a club that I have no affiliation with, and you're going to start every week, Jay, I'd be honest. I probably would be a bit more lax today to court training. I probably would not worry about one or two bad performances. But now it's more than one or two bad performances, which is why the fan base is in the situation it's in.